getting close.
All right, well then I'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. This is the City Council public hearing meeting for December the 9th. And this is concerning the budget, and I will read the rules of order for the public hearing, non-zoning matters. The mayor is the presiding officer. All remarks shall be addressed to the City Council as a body, not to individual members. Anyone wishing to speak shall come to the microphone, give your name and address to the city clerk, limit remarks to 3 minutes unless further time is granted by council, and do not speak a second time until everyone wishing to speak has spoken once. No one can speak more than twice. Please do not speak unless you have the microphone and have been recognized. And with that, we'll call this to order. I'll turn it over to you.
Good afternoon. I'm here sort of speaking on behalf of Kristen for this afternoon. My name is Daria Kriskus. I'm the budget and strategy manager here. And I'm just going to speak pretty high level just to everything that's contained within the 2025 proposed budget. So this first slide here, you will see a summary of all the funds. We have 3 kind of categories: general funds, special revenues, and enterprise funds. The proposed budget for the general fund is just under $36 million. I apologize, the text is a little small here, but this is also within the budget packet. And that's an 8% increase over 2024. The largest increase is in special revenue funds. That's about a 20% increase, and that's largely just due to recognizing the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 grant that we are using for the construction of Dresden Park. And that's also including a real-time crime center grant. That's about $1 million of that. We also have an 8% increase in our enterprise funds for stormwater and solid waste, and that is primarily driven by debt service payments for the new Public Works building and for Fishbowl Park, and construction for that is expected to begin in 2025. So again, just want to keep it pretty high level, but this covers some of the significant items included in the proposed general fund. It includes a 3% cost of living adjustment for all city employees. That was recommended by Find Great People from the 2024 benchmarking study they conducted. And that is just to help us keep up with inflation and allow the city to remain a competitive employer. There are also increased market costs for health insurance and ancillary benefit coverage for employees, and that's reflected in this budget. It also includes the creation of a payroll and benefits specialist to support the Human Resources Department, and also some one-time costs, including investment in renewable energy infrastructure, an update to the Unified Development Ordinance, and the construction of a real-time crime center for public safety. And here you'll see all of that broken down by department. Here again. And then here we have special revenue funds. Again, this was the area that has grown the most, but I just want to call out once again, it's primarily driven by the American Rescue Plan Act and the Multiple Grants Fund, which contains the Real-Time Crime Center. Some other significant items in the special revenue includes 10% allocation in hotel motel for public art projects, so that's $170,000 for next year. That Dresden Park grant, and in addition to that, in the SPLOS fund, there's $3 million for the Dresden Park community room. All of that is expected to be completed in early summer next year. And some additional SPLOS projects, including the Dresden Trail projects, continuing the Broad Street and Chamblee Dunwoody Road diet, about $600,000 for police vehicle and equipment replacement. And in addition, staff is working with Chamblee First United Methodist Church to move forward with an easement for the trail connection along Nancy Creek. In addition, just want to mention, we're not doing paving next year, so there's no funds allocated for paving. This is our final slide. This is the enterprise fund summary that covers stormwater and solid waste. And as I noted earlier in the presentation, the main significant adjustment there is for debt service payments for Fishbowl Park and the new Public Works building. And in addition, there is a 3% cost of living adjustment included for our Public Works employees. So that concludes my presentation, and I'm open for questions.
Questions from council, but is there any, I'll open it up to public comments if there's anyone here wishing to make a comment on the budget. If you want to come up to the microphone. And if not, we will give it a couple of minutes because we flew through that awfully quick. So we like to give it a few minutes just in case anybody comes walking in the door late. So give it a couple of minutes.
Well, stay there because I do want to ask a question. This is something I think I understand, and then it leaves my mind. Explain our reserve fund. Is that actually money we have in the bank?
That's correct, yes.
So we actually have that money in the bank, and do we end up adding to it every year?
I can't speak to the specifics. I will say it would depend on just the financial circumstances of the year. So there would be years where you might end up pulling from the reserve depending on the situation.
So essentially, we replenish it if we use any of it, we replenish that.
Yes, we normally do.
And we build it to the percentage of the current.
It has to be more than 25% per our financial policy. Anything over that, we could allocate to our capital projects. I think that was the request of council, so we did add that language in our financial policies. But yes, that's actually cash in the bank. We have a Georgia Fund 1 investment account with the state, and that's where a majority of that money is held.
Okay, so I do understand it finally.
Also want to mention the financial policy is included in the budget document as well. If you can go back and read it, it should state basically what Julie has mentioned.
17 years ago, we didn't have it at all. We had no reserve. So we said that we wanted
Product of good financial management.
So. A little experiment while you're up there.
Sure. All right, testing. How's that? Oh, really?
righty, it is 12:10, and I don't see anybody else coming in, so we will go ahead and close out this public hearing. Thank you all.